us talk before, man?
Nuh-uh.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know. Oh, shit. I have no clue.
There we go.
Did your hair look different than last time I saw you, Rita, or am I tripping?
No,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh, I just saw you yesterday.
I thought y'all was talking about last time we got on the call.
Nah. But I just saw you, so I'm confused.
Hey, pause, James. You gonna have to tell me about this hot chocolate, dog.
Oh, y'all was talking about hot chocolate?
Yeah, man. You never told me about how good you make that hot chocolate. Pause.
Oh, I don't know if that's a pause, but all right.
I don't know. Asking a nigga about hot chocolate is a pause, dog. Yo, that's on the list, guys. Yo. Hey, yo.
That's the best pause I ever heard. That is fucking hilarious. Yeah, man. It's you ever heard of that peanut butter whiskey? I think it's called I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I put that in there. I put some caramel rum. I put some chocolate Baileys in there. And then I put a whole bunch of that like Godiva chocolate. Melt all of that together with the hot chocolate. Bing boom bow, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make some more. We'll make some more soon tonight. After you get done from the movies. Yeah, I don't know why I said it like that. Making it tonight.
Oh, it's a pinky white man. I don't know.
We're getting started in a minute, y'all. Look at the baby.
I don't see the baby. I didn't know you could see us, man.
I can see y'all. Everybody else can, though.
Keep it tall.
What? Put your drawers on. Rita, Wayne over there, buggy naked. One thing got on the t-shirt. Let's start this live stream.
Oh, wait, hold up. Give me a minute.
What are you doing?
I gotta get my clothes back on, man. Hold on.
This nigga gotta get naked and go take a shit.
Hold on.
Really, you get completely naked when you gotta take a shit?
No.
I ain't taking no shit, man. Stop saying that, man. Have people looking at me crazy when they watch this, man.
At least I got a onesie on. Shit.
Where the onesie? Oh, I get it. Never mind.
Oh my God.
My bad. Freak house. Oh, that's good. Let me check your audio.
Yeah.
I can hear you, but you just low as fuck. Say something now. What?
It's on my back.
Nah, nigga, it sounds crazy. All right, say something else.
Something else.
Oh God.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
I can hear it good, but
You can hear it good, Wayne?
yeah.
All right, well then fuck what I'm talking about. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get the party started. Thank y'all for coming and checking us out. Big homie Wayne, do the introductions like you used to, or like
What is up, everybody? Happy Saturday to everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of YFM Sports. I'm the big homie Wayne. I'm the host of Only Built for Wrestling Rinx, a part of the YFM affiliate. All right. To the other side of me, I have the great Jimmy B. Fearless. He's the host of Hear Me Out. He's the great producer, man. He keeps everything rolling. We love him and we thank him. And to the other side of him, we have the great and lovely Rita of Rita's F Up Stats on the YFM affiliates as well. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We have this is What the F Happened This week. We got a few topics that we want to run down, and we hope that you guys enjoy them. Enough with the pleasantries. Let's get straight into it. Number one, we are going to get, well, we couldn't put this on here, but we're going to get into my words why I think that Richard Sherman is a bitch. Yes, I think Richard Sherman is a bitch. I think he's a punk for what he did, man. So everybody knows that Skip has been having some issues with his show ever since Shannon pieced out because he was a bitch as well. And so all these bitches are on the show, and then Skip is just sitting there like an 80-year-old white man, like, damn, what did I say to these men to make them not act like men on my show? You know, he has the best sports show, I think, next to, you know, YFM Sports, of course.
Word.
But I really look up to Skip. He holds no punches, and he's very respectful, I think, when he does it. So they had a little altercation earlier this week where, Richard Sherman had told him to stop yelling at him. Yep. Skip was not yelling at him at all. I don't think he was yelling at him. They watched the video. I don't think that he was yelling at him either. I just think Sherman got into his feelings. I'm going to go off, and I want to talk to Rita. I'm going to let you go first. You saw the video as well. I want to ask you, did you think it? Oh, okay. Yes, let's play it. I apologize. Let's play it real quick, please, James.
All right. So let me go ahead and play it for y'all. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me know if y'all can see it out there in the world. All right, here we go. Actually, let me not do it that way, y'all. Sorry about that. Let me share the screen this way. Bam. All right. I don't know why this video clip that we got start like this, but all right.
Then, if you want to ban this tackle, just ban the football game in general. It's too violent of a sport. It's too violent of a game. People are too soft these days. So just ban the game, because at the end of the day, runners are trying to drag defenders and gain more yards. And what a defender is trying to do is bring him down. It's not an easy thing to do. And for guys that have never done it, to sit there and tell you how it should be regulated and how it should be officiated is insane. I want you to see me at full speed, Skip, and I want you to try to bring me down. And when I'm dragging you, I want you to not drop your weight down to bring me down. I want you to just let me drag you as far as I can, and then eventually I'll stop when I get to the end zone. If you don't want that to happen, then just get out of the way. Get out of the game, because these people have not played the game, and that's clear when you hear them talk about it. This tackle should be banned. What part of it can be banned? A person having weight, you want them to not have gravity? You want them to not wrap people up around their hips? You're like, form them up. Well, you don't get to form everybody up when guys are running 4.3, some of the most dynamic athletes in the world. You're not always going to get them square and get them where you want them. Sometimes you're going to dive and have to try to wrap their hips up. And when you dive and try to wrap their hips up, you got to try to bring them down. And the only way you can bring them down is to drop your weight and to stop.
Now, I'm not going to go as far as Richard and say because you hadn't played tackle football, you don't know anything about it.
And that's good.
I ain't gonna do that.
Where's the problem?
Right? But what I will say is,
he doesn't know anything, but I'm saying if they're saying ban the
say it again.
That's because you don't have the experience of dealing with
the
it.
part
So you're saying
where the
you
argument
should be able to avoid doing
You
it.
can scroll a little bit.
It was back in week 4.
It's me, Skip.
All right.
All right, yeah, it's a little bit forward.
Crazy is
Let
Geno
me
Smith
let me
one was to
finish,
avoid
Richard.
a horse
I'm
collar.
speaking. I'm speaking. Thank you.
I'll let you speak, but you're not speaking from experience. So stop raising your voice, Skip.
What?
You talk to me, Skip.
All right. Are you gonna let me speak or not?
Well, you're speaking on something you don't experience. You don't have no experience doing. So, I mean, what point can you really make?
I've covered the game for a lot longer than you've been alive.
You've covered the game.
Yeah.
I've actually played the game longer than you ever played. So, like, what we're talking about is something that actually happens in the game that you can't experience unless you play it.
Does Rich McKay know anything about football? Keyshawn, help me out.
There is no solution to this because you've never done it. And so Rich McKay can say
What does
whatever
that
he
even
wants,
mean?
but he can't offer a solution.
I think
You
he's like
can't
an
show
analyst
me
or something.
a way that you want these tackles to be corrected because you.
All right.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
So let's go ahead and just talk about. Go ahead, big homie Wayne.
You want me to go first?
Yes, please.
I said what I had to say. I think that was a bitch move. I think he was a straight up bitch when, Skip, the 80-year-old white guy, he did not yell at him at all, man. He just questioned him like everybody else always. That's just what you're supposed to do in a sports story. You're supposed to question somebody. And I'm getting really sick of that excuse of you didn't play or I'm speaking from experience. He has experience. He doesn't have on the field experience, but he knows what he's talking about. And that's why I know that we're going to talk about this a little later, that Tom Brady is right about football. It's like people are getting too butthurt when someone else who hasn't played the game, a sports analyst who's been doing this for the majority of their life comes in and are like, yo, this isn't right. This shouldn't be done. And they may be wrong. Skip may be wrong about this, but he's holding firm in what he believes in. And that's pissing Richard Sherman off. That's what, and he said, don't yell at me. There was no yelling at all. If you cut you off and say, don't cut me off, Skip. Let me finish. That's cool. But there was no yelling of any sort. I don't know what yelling he heard. Maybe he heard like in the past somebody cut him off, and he was like, "Oh God, my past and my my little punk ass feelings and shit like that." Maybe that happened. But I didn't see any of that, any rudeness from Skip whatsoever. But I'm gonna just keep saying how much of a bitch he is. So it's not really good for me to keep going on. But Rita, what do you think about that? You watched the video too, but before this, what do you think happened? What do you think?
Well, it's crazy because if anything, Richard Sherman was yelling. He was talking real aggressive the entire time. And I get where he was coming from because he's like, okay, I'm a player and I've done this and it's hard to tackle. I mean, I don't know if I've been tackled before. Probably.
Yeah.
Pause.
But I was a beast at basketball. Back in the day, and when I was in elementary school, we did play flag football during gym, and I was a fucking beast. But that was no tackling. That was no tackling. So I am speaking from experience. But no, like on some real shit, these motherfuckers is getting hurt. I think the clip before showed like this motherfucker's ankle was like this, like on some misery shit. Motherfuckers is getting really fucking hurt. So I understand where people are coming from. However, we just talking about the yelling part. He was not yelling at all. So I totally agree with you saying he was not yelling at all. If anything, he was speaking very like calmly, in a monochromatic voice, very, very calm. So if anyone was like being like super aggressive and yelling, it was Richard Sherman. But you know what? That's how he talks because he speaks like that when he's on like the Thursday Night Football shits on Prime too. So he's very real passionate about the fucking game and everything like that. All I know is
is he passionate or emotional? And not emotional about the game, just an emotional ass nigga.
Yeah, and when it came down to like Richard Sherman on the field, like he played like how he talked, like he's a fucking nut.
Let me ask you one thing too, Rita. You said
like all the dreads flying in the helmet. Like, relax. So no, Skip wasn't wrong at all. And how many times have we been in a conversation where somebody be like, no, don't interrupt me, because they're really trying to go ahead and finish their fucking point. So, and if you're too busy trying to get to what you're saying, you're not listening. So that's the thing. Right. When you're going on these fucking shows, you have to actively listen, have your point ready, but also you have to actively listen too. You can't just be like, no, I'm right. Because I play the game. Fuck that. No, you can't do that. So, I mean, it's safe to say that he's not going to be on the fucking show.
Yeah, I agree with that. And sometimes, let me add this in too. You saying he was very monochromatic. Sometimes when you act like that, because I do this, you're being an asshole. You be being that loud. You be like, oh, okay, well, I'm just asking a question. Something like that. Like, I'm definitely being an asshole when I act like that. So, but I really don't think that Sherman was smart enough to pick up on the fact that maybe he was acting like an asshole. I just think that he was just automatically emotional. But Fearless, man, what do you think? What's your opinion on what you saw, man? How do you take it, man?
So, he always doing this to Rita's point. He's just he doesn't have control of his emotions. Me and Big Homie Wayne was talking about this before we even started, talking about this topic. And he has a real big problem with, he was knocking, like banging on like his baby mom's door or whatever, trying to get in there. I think this happened like last year. Drunk, turned up, fighting the cops and shit like that. I remember he made that reporter lady all nervous because he was like, don't ever doubt me like that, after he had made the game-saving block on the 49ers when they went back to the championship or whatever. Like, he's a real hype dude. He's a high emotional dude. I don't think he has really control of his emotions. Yeah. And I think that because of Skip Bayless and his history with people, people are wanting to check him more before it becomes like he gets too out of pocket. And I think that you have to understand this is all entertainment, but people take certain words certain ways. And I feel that Richard Sherman is one of those motherfuckers that just ain't gonna let any disrespect slip. If he feels like you disrespected him, it's gonna be a problem. Now, does he want to leave Undisputed and all that shit? No. But I do also think that Richard Sherman was right in checking that motherfucker.
Why?
Because sometimes you can let shit slide, and then when you get really fed up, you have a big blow up like Shannon Sharp did. Because Skip always said slick shit to Shannon. And it took him 6 years to blow up finally and get rid of it. Sherman, he only been on the show for 3 months or whatever. He already checked this nigga. So maybe he'll know, like, yo, you cross this line, you know, don't be a habitual line stepper.
Well, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's Skip's show, and we all agree that he wasn't being rude. So for him to come in and be like, so let's just say that was his mentality. Like, he's gonna go and be like, hey, I'm gonna check this
as soon as
on month 3, right? Let's just say that. At the end of the day, it's still Skip's show, and if that's how you're gonna act on the 3rd month, you're gonna be gone by the 4th month.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll holler at you when I see you. Peace out. There's nothing wrong. It's like you don't.
And then you knew how Skip was beforehand.
I know, but that don't mean that shit is a lot. Like you supposed to allow that shit though. Like just because you get a new manager at your job or whatever doesn't mean that you're gonna allow for that shit to just keep on just going, motherfucker. You better watch what the fuck you say to me, pussy. Like if you say that instantly, maybe that won't happen. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
Okay, so I don't watch that show, of course.
A lot of people don't. You ain't the only one.
I don't watch the show. But has Skip always been this way, even with Shannon Sharp, like always speaking in a melancholy, like very like relaxed voice? Has he always been this way? He just
sometimes with Shannon, he was a bit more hype. Like when Shannon was talking, he'd keep his mouth shut and wait for Shannon to get done. And then he, you know, sometimes they get kind of hype. I think, you know, Skip was just more comfortable with Shannon after so long, you know. And
it seems like that they do like as far as like ESPN or whatever the fuck network this is on. It seems like they want this back and forth narrative. They want this to be someone to be really passionate and like outspoken and really like aggressive. And then you have Skip, who's like the chill dude, but he still talks slick. It seemed like that would work as far as like entertainment wise.
Yeah. He can play that role now since he has so many other partners on the show.
Right.
But I think that
he's 150.
Say it again.
I said, plus he looks like he's like 150 years old.
Yeah. He's getting up there. Definitely. But I think they do want it to be entertaining. But let's take this situation, for instance. It wasn't entertaining because Richard Sherman didn't allow it to be. And it would be different. You know, I think the only point that Richard Sherman had was that Skip just never played before. So that's how, you know, I can talk about it. I know what I'm talking about. I've been out there before. I know what you can and can't do, you know. But after that, that's it. He didn't have anything else to say. He just said it over and over and over again. And then, like, you know how sometimes you may see somebody argue or you get into an argument with someone, and that's the only hill that they have to die on is that, like, you could be saying all this intelligent shit, and they just say, well, you've never played, and it just gets you angry because, like, you're not smart enough to think of anything else to say, maybe. Do you know what I mean? I think that was Richard Sherman's thing, and he just kind of fell on the whole fact that he was being yelled at because he couldn't say anything else. But, you know, for whatever reason, Skip wouldn't understand that he doesn't play. And that should be the end of the conversation. And Skip's like, no, I've heard this shit 1,000,001 times before. I'm not going to, come on, what else you got? You know, we paid you money to be on this show. Like, expound, you know, and he couldn't.
I think that is the dumbest. I think Richard Sherman is an idiot for doing that. I think that I agree with him for checking that motherfucker, right? That's
so
fine.
You don't feel it was a check, or was he just mad?
I feel like he was mad, and that was his level of mad. But I do feel like it was a good idea to check him now, so this shit won't go on for multiple years. It's nothing worse than being passive in a relationship. I've been through that. I've been the passive person in my life where I just let shit slide, and then when I blow up, and I blow up at such a large magnitude, it's like a volcano. Even though I've been erupting, and a whole bunch of people just thought I was cool and chilling. Man, fuck that shit. I got a problem with you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Fuck you, your whole family, everybody can die tonight. But where I think he was wrong at is saying that just because he didn't play the game at that level don't mean he can't cover the game. That's dumb. Because if it was, it would be only sports motherfuckers covering that shit, and nobody would watch sports TV. Because even though you played the game, that don't mean you know what the fuck you talking about totally, because you had coaches too. And that motherfucker couldn't tackle anyway. So I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Not every journalist played the game.
None of them.
None of them. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I don't think any football player will be a decent journalist. You know, I think they've gotten concussed too many times.
Can't read.
So, you know,
they can't read.
They don't make good decisions at all, man. So like you trying to tell, come on, dog.
I'm right.
Barely, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's definitely a spot for journalists. I just really hate that whole little narrative that you can't say anything because you didn't play. I'm like that I don't know. I just really think that's loser mentality at its best. Just because somebody's talking about you, you know.
I wish I had a clip of Lean on Me when he was like, "Get ready." Right, they lucky they should be on TV even fucking talking. Like most of them can't talk. Like
That's
I don't know
true.
what the fuck.
Niggas out here sounding like Magic. I throw the ball. I threw the ball and threw
the ball, and he did it. Who he ran fast? Like, oh my god!
Ball a lot of times and we won. See you later.
Somebody get a plantation somewhere. And stick this
Oh my god! Oh my
Don't
god!
let Boo Boo on TV. Anyway, can we keep going, please? First,
okay. On to the next topic. We talked about it in this topic before. We'll talk about it now. It's Tom Brady. Tom Brady said he wants no bitch assness. He's tired of the bitch assness in the NFL, and it's coming from the great. You're talking about the greatest QB of all time. You know, the dude said that he's tired of the mediocrity that's been in the NFL and the mediocrity that's coming from, I think he said the offensive line coaches, if I'm not mistaken, Fearless.
Something like that.
But
It's not about all coaches, they suck. Go ahead.
What?
But you know, like I'm gonna start with you on this one, Fearless. Do you think that Brady has a point that there is a little bitch assness or mediocrity in the NFL nowadays? Or do you think this is just like old man howling at the moon because he can't get down no more? Or, you know, he wants back in and this is his way of saying like, yo, I got to get back in because you guys are killing the game that I love so much.
I kind of understand where he's coming from in the sense that this year in particular, this year is the year where we do not know definitively who is probably going to make it to the Super Bowl.
It's been a crazy ass year.
It's been a crazy ass year. Like, I didn't even finish the Miami versus the Jets game, so please don't spoil it for me, y'all.
What?
I saw a clip on Twitter and I thought it was fake, so I'm gonna watch the game again. I'm gonna watch the replay of it. That the Jets won. So, like, people thought Miami was.
Hey, that was her, dog. I say shit, man.
But I might be lying. Did you watch the game, Rita?
I didn't watch the last like 8 minutes, but I know it was down by 20 minutes. So what the
I know. It was when I last saw it was 27 to like 10.
Yeah.
And it was like the fourth quarter with like 4 minutes left. But I might be bugging. Anyway.
I gotta watch this shit.
Yeah, exactly. I swear I saw a game-winning drive. But my point is that offense is technically kind of down in the NFL this year if you take out that 70-point game by Miami. Defenses do look a little bit worse. The quarterbacks the quarterbacks, there's no dominant quarterback like it was when Tom was there. Like usually you have Pat be like Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady and Joe Burrow and Rodgers. They will all be like these elite level quarterbacks throwing multiple touchdowns. You're not seeing that this year. Offenses in general seem like they're down. So the product does look worse. But to me, I don't think so. I think it's good to have like a bunch of good teams playing against each other and making the game be competitive.
But is this a bunch of good teams though?
Yes.
Or is it a bunch of like middle teams? Like everybody just kind of seems middle class this year, dog.
That too.
Like nothing.
Go ahead, Rita. You go ahead, Rita.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Rita.
First of all, fuck him.
Fuck Tom Brady.
You retired. You're retired. Sit the fuck down and watch the game. 1, 2. What you trying to come back? Fuck out of here. 3. How dare you say that?
I think he is trying to come back.
Like, how dare you say the offenses is not like impressive or whatever? I seen like at least 2 trick plays that were fucking incredible this week. Now, I think the other one, what was it? The special teams?
Yeah.
The special teams, they did a fake. They did that twice. Now, the third time it didn't work, which is okay. But they did that shit twice. That's fucking immaculate. And then you have like it is all these mediocre teams. Well, no, I'm not even going to say mediocre. There's these middle level teams, the teams that you don't expect to be in an elite level or at an elite level. Miami Dolphins was good last year, but they're like fucking incredible this year. The Detroit Lions are fucking insane. You mean to tell me that your ass can probably go out in the field and bust Jared Goff like on some real shit, even though they did lose, but still, like seriously, like get the fuck out of here. And then you got like all these rookie quarterbacks like going hard. Like CJ Stroud, that's my baby. This motherfucker's incredible. It took him like 2-3 games to get into his rhythm, but the rhythm is there, bitch. So how dare you talking about that? What are you talking about? You want to get the fuck back in there, but guess what? Your old ass need to sit the fuck down. Don't be fucking talking about the football team being mediocre and on some bitch ass shit. Why? Because you're not on the fucking field. Motherfuckers is going as hard as they can. People are dealing with injuries, like insane injuries. Like your star players out for like 12 weeks. The fuck out of here. Like get the fuck out of here. These teams are doing the best they fucking can. And you got some elite level shit happening with middle teams. So calm the fuck down. What you gonna do? Come out here and bust Hurts ass? These niggas is 9-1, bitch.
I think he could.
9-1.
I think Brady can do. I think Brady can do that with the Falcons.
He can be on the Falcons. So the QB for the Falcons, and they still gonna fucking suck. What you gonna do to get that offensive line on point? What you gonna do, bitch? What you gonna do?
Good point.
Bring Gronk in.
How dare you? Don't fucking come for the fucking NFL. This shit is fucking beautiful. And so what? So we might not have a Chiefs and fucking Eagles at the Super Bowl. Maybe it will be Detroit and the fucking Jets. Who the fuck knows? But wouldn't that be just as beautiful as seeing the same old sorry ass teams win every fucking year? I'm tired of seeing the Chiefs go in the bowl. I'm tired of this shit. Let all the underdog niggas come through. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Sit the fuck down and eat your popcorn and shut the fuck up.
All right.
Let me
respond. So to Brady's point, though, like I said previously, the offenses are down. I just looked it up. This is the 4th year of declining scoring. And the reason, no, that's actually not also right, because the defenses are actually, there's not as many elite defenses as there were, because there's not as many elite defensive players as there used to be. And the reason why is because of college. College is changing the NFL. The quarterbacks are different. Like they're more mobile, right? So since they're more mobile, they run for more yards, which is harder on defenses because you have to have spies on the quarterback. But the quarterbacks are also not playing as well because the offenses are just not producing. Running game is down, passing yards is down this year in particular, and that's really due to Kirk Cousins, because if you don't know, people think Kirk Cousins is trash. Kirk Cousins usually leads the league in like QBR and shit and yards per pass. Justin Jefferson is down. He's injured. He's been injured. Tyreek Hill, he's with Miami, but they got Tua. Tua's good, but they're not like the best offense in the world. The product is starting to become a little less offensive centric. And that means that games are now 24-21 instead of it being like 34-31. Because people watch football, casuals watch football because of scoring. They don't watch football because of no fucking defense.
I was just about to say that. Hold on one second. Let me jump in with that. This may be a stupid question, but do you think that with you saying the stats that you're saying now, that you have to be a bit more intelligent towards football while watching it to understand like the defense or the QB spy or whatever the case is, rather than just saying like, yo, I want to watch Tom Brady, or I want to watch Lamar Jackson, or I want to see how many yards they get. So you have to be like a bit more football intelligent.
I wouldn't say football intelligent, but I would say that you have to like all aspects of the game instead of just being like the Taylor Swift fans who be like, oh, Travis Kelce scored. Tell everybody show their titties. Like, nah, it ain't like that. Like, now you got to be like, oh, shit, Myles Garrett might be the MVP this year. And you just heard me say that Myles Garrett might be the MVP. The last time a defensive player won the MVP was 1992. That's how you know the game offensively is declining.
So he's right. So Brady is right. There's a lot of
Brady is
on the
right
offensive
that
line.
the offensive side of the ball is declining. And if you don't have high octane offenses or quarterbacks putting up a lot of points, the casual fan is going to turn it off after the second quarter, because you got the Jets, these pussy motherfuckers averaging 4 first downs a game. Oh my God.
Come on, dog. Don't do that.
That's one. I'm not talking about Zach Wilson. I'm talking about the team. That's 1 per quarter, dog. That means you punt,
Right.
punt. And it's 12 punts, 13 punts a game. The casual person is going to turn on Real Housewives of Potomac or whatever the fuck motherfuckers be watching.
So real quick, let me jump in real quick. So you came up with a solution, right? Now let's go back to the root of the issue. Like he's saying, like the offense sucks, the QBs suck. Do you think that? No, that's a dumb question. How do they fix their suckiness? I guess you have to admit you have a problem first, right? And so those QBs aren't going to say like, "Shit, we're sucking," because as long as I'm better than the QB they predicted to do well this year, then fuck, I'm good. So how do they prevent from sucking so much? Like, how do they get back to how it was before? How do they get the offensive ratings back up?
I think Rita is right. Also, because this is a complex issue. Rita's right. Rita said that Tom Brady is mad because he ain't out there playing. She's right because Tom Brady should help. Because the problem is that back in the day, you used to have 2 or 3 practices every day. NFL players would be killing themselves, right? But there wasn't as many injuries, which is kind of weird. But they used to have 3 or 4 practices a day, whatever, right? So the quarterbacks, the offensive skill players will be up coached. They'll be coached so much that they would know how to run plays. They'll be more prepared, basically, right? Now, because of the new CBA, there's only like 2 practices a day and only 1 can be padded. And then you can't like give the offensive playbook and start working with the players until like June. Instead of it be like, bitch, you get drafted, you come in here now, and I'm about to show you how the fuck to be a quarterback in this bitch. Things have changed. So these quarterbacks, when they're not prepared, they are less than. The offense is less than. You don't have as much time for player development. That's the key. Player development means you have better players. That's what it's going to be. And that's where Tom Brady can help. Instead of bitching and moaning, this is Rita's point, and acting like you won't play the game, player development. Rita, what you think? What can help save the game? To make the game better, I mean.
I don't see a problem. Fucking problem. I've been watching these games, and you said like the games are like low scoring. There's been some high scoring games. If it's like 30 points is considered a high score, they have been high scoring games. When a team hasn't scored in the first or second half, in the first half, it's because the defense is blocking all the fucking thing, or there's a fucking interceptions galore. Like, I don't see the issue. I don't see what he's talking about. I don't. Like, I think this shit is fucking incredible. It's not. And then like, I think to be 90 versus 20. You really
but so I think it's like with Tom Brady, it's that childhood thing, like Tom Brady grew up watching his favorites, his Montanas, his whoever the hell's that he grew up loving, and they did fairly well. All the QBs that won Super Bowls, those are people that he more than likely look up to. I think he doesn't feel like today's QBs are doing the same thing. They're too busy, all in the videos, all in the TV, all in the, you know what I mean, rather than really being 100% on their game. And I think that's why, because you're talking about like the GOAT QB. So when this guy comes in and he's like, "Yo, y'all aren't fantasizing enough." You know what I mean? You're not in the field on the field enough. And like James said, I guess you can't really do that anymore. But fuck that. I'm sure you can find a way around it if it's that big of a problem.
And the thing is that I feel like they watch our show, because as soon as we said that Aaron Rodgers needed to be out in the field and not in the fucking box getting his drink on, watching the games, he was out in the fucking field. So now Aaron Rodgers is like actually doing what Brady should be doing. He's out there like trying to help and all that, as far as like the fuck team, Jets or whatever. He's out there like trying to coach them, even though they're like just be fucked up, period. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even know how much Aaron Rodgers is helping. I think he's just trying to wait it out to get back on that fucking field for the playoffs, honestly. I think he's going to be out there by the playoffs. But but even still, like Brady, like I feel like even if he was someone that would do like consulting for like from a QB perspective, consulting, not everybody's you. What are you going to do? Try to turn them into you? Or are you going to try to like actually like elevate their own personal strengths and shit like that? Are you going to do a SWOT analysis on these niggas, or are you going to go ahead and just bring everybody into your ass? And let's not.
I think that's what every superstar after they retire does.
Yeah, and this is the thing. When he was a rookie, he fucking sucked. When we got rookies out here that's killing the fucking game. So like, relax. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't agree.
All right.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna mute Rita for a second because the baby's crying. So to the last point of that, I feel like player development is a big thing that can help players, but there's not going to be any of that ever again unless they change the CBA. So you have to understand clearly and simply that the game is what the game is right now, and you are going to really have to get some great NFL offensive minds to be able to start to see those offenses increase in scoring again. And that's just not some shit that's going to easily happen. You can't just find skill players that are super fast. You can't just find these crazy offenses that has these amazing concepts. Not everything that works in college is going to work in the fucking NFL. So it's always going to be a struggle. But I promise you, this year, if Myles Garrett wins the MVP, you're going to see a shift in offensive philosophy when it comes to the NFL. Shit's going to change. Shit is going to change because there'll be the first time in 30 plus years that a defensive player has won, and it might be him or CMC. We don't know yet, but I think we can go ahead and move on, big homie.
Excuse me. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. Excuse me, and that is LSU basketball player Angel Reese. So there's some rumors going on that her grades aren't up to par enough for her to play in the game. So in the last game she played in the first half, and the coach took her out the second half, the rest of the game. There's also been some rumors that her grades have plummeted. And the reason I say that is because Angel Reese's mother and another mother of another player on the same team on LSU got into an argument on Twix.
Yep.
And so what happened there, you know, they went to their little back and forth. And I think the mother of the other student said that, you know, well, at least my child, you know, has good enough grades to stay on the team, which implied that Angel Reese was benched because her grades sucked.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of issues going on here. A lot of things that we need to speak about. Only one thing that I know I really want to talk on. James, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go first, if you don't mind, man. Give me your opinion on Angel Reese and her grades. I know Stephen A. Smith said that it couldn't be her grades because why would you allow her to play the first half and not the second half instead of just taking her out the whole game? But I'm gonna start with you first, James. Let me know what you feel about Angel Reese, man. Do you feel it's her grades and they're trying to keep it low key? And do you think the fame has gotten to her? Do you think she's just kind of wilding out? She's at that age, you know, she has all that money, all those accolades, and she's, you know, on the red carpets. Do you think that fame is getting to her and her mother, or do you think, like, you know, it's a grades issue? Give me your opinion on it.
I don't think that it's a grades issue. I mean, you can't have a 2.0 talking about you won't fucking play. I think you got at least have like a 2.4 or some shit. Like, god damn, like you do gotta like. I mean, honestly, I heard that like Patrick Mahomes had like a 1.4. So I don't think they really give a fuck.
Oh, you know, that's different. That's different. You know, I kind of disagree on that because, you know, Angel Reese is a black woman, and
he's a black man.
Is he though?
All right. Anyway, let me finish my point. Yeah. So, because I'm not going down that road with you or colorism. But what I'm going to say is that I think that she got to deal with Reebok. That's the first thing Shaquille O'Neal did was give her a contract to be, you know, a brand ambassador for Reebok.
Wow.
So like her TikTok and Instagram like exploded after they won the championship. There's a lot of shit going on with her. She got NIL. She getting pulled a whole bunch of different directions. She even said that she would rather be in college than in the professional game because they get paid more. She can get paid more. When she does eventually come out, I think she'll be like a humongous superstar for the game. She's gonna help change the game of professional women's basketball. But that is a lot of shit going on. And the main thing that to superstars that are as popular as she is that they focus on the game first, and then all of that shit comes. And even though she won, she still has so much more to prove in terms of basketball skill. So I do think that everything around her has caused her to probably might have a little bit of an inflated ego and be like, yo, I am that bitch, right? I'm that motherfucker, so you can't just bench me or all that type of stuff. And that can come off the wrong way in terms of the players. So she's so popular, it's like she still needs to work on her game. She still has to dominate because she hasn't dominated really. She did good in the championship and in the in the tournament, but she hasn't proved that she's like the number one pick type person. She's just very, 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 very popular. And that shit can cause you problems, man. If you blow up real quick, but you don't have all your shit in a row, like I'm practicing this time, then I'll do my Instagram shit and all of that shit. If you don't have all that shit together, it can catch you too quick. And I just think that the fame caught her so fast and she embraced that. She might have missed other elements in terms of professionalism, working with your team, not beefing online with your team, keeping motherfuckers in check. And so much shit she has to worry about, and other people like her mom and her family and her friends. It's a lot. And I just feel like this caught her a little bit, but once the year goes on, this will stop being so much of a story, and I think she'll be okay. I think she's gonna be all right.
So do you think this is comparable to Ja Morant situation? A lot less. She's not pulling out guns.
Yeah. I think it's the same. I think it's the same. Ja Morant, he put himself out there in terms of the fame caught him too, right? The fame, the wanting to be something, the want to prove that you're the toughest motherfucker on the block. That shit can have an effect on you. When you got so many eyes on you, when you go live on Instagram, you got 1 million people watching you. That shit does something to you. Every time we get a like on our videos, that shit does something to you. Like, it's a dopamine release. So that dopamine release ain't no joke. But you gotta always remember that the first thing that got you here, the thing that got you those eyes, is your skill on the court.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can let that shit go, bro. It happens to a lot of people. I mean, I'm not trying to, say anything like to be like rude or anything, but Andre 3000 dropped the Pan Flute album. And I watched the interview where the motherfucker said, that's the all in good and everything, but it's like you got a Maserati, but you'll never take that bitch out the park, out the garage. Like, you got the best lyrical skill of all time. One of them, you're considered top 5 lyricists of all time, and you're gonna drop a Pan Flute album?
Yeah. That's because that's where his heart is, man.
Understand that.
That's where
but don't get mad when niggas say certain stuff about you. That's my whole point. The same thing with Angel Reese. Like, your talent is not taking pictures. Your talent is not selling products. Your talent is not wearing Reeboks. Your talent is your basketball skill. So I just don't think that she is embracing that right now, and I'm hoping that she get it together, which I think she will. I think it's just a temporary issue in the whole thing. If they win again, there ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about this story.
Okay. Well, Rita, I'm gonna go to you and ask you how you feel about the situation. Do you think that Mama's in the videos too much? Mama's trying to soak up the fame and adulation, along with Angel, instead of being a mother and kicking her ass and getting her in place?
I really don't. This is a hard one because it's like, I know you're proud of your children and everything, but at the same time, like, are you on some momager type shit, or are you just trying to be? We don't want another instance where Amy Winehouse dad. I had a camera crew following him.
Yeah.
Your daughter's over here suffering.
Yeah.
Like,
damn, nigga, that's tough.
Yeah, like real shit. So do we want that situation to get to that level? No. I found it's not 100% clear on why she was benched. They said injury, they said grades. For one, I am like pro education. Get your shit together. Stop playing. We already know that some schools are laxed when it comes to grades based off your talent. We've seen the movies, we've seen all that shit, blue chips, all that shit. However, get it together on your grades, okay? Because what are you gonna fall back on? You can't be sitting there up with no degree, bitch. Like, get it together. And then, because all this shit does not last, for one. And if you're acting up off of a little bit off one player deal now, how are you going to act when it's like, are you going to be on some LeBron type shit, like turning your shit into millions, building legacies, building businesses? How you going to do all that when you sitting here playing?
Right.
Don't let these people fool you into thinking that TikTok's gonna be forever. That shit about to be banned, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
you never know how they're gonna act. Like for real. I feel like she just like really like into the mix, like Jimmy said, like into the mix. So get it together, but also from a parent's point of view, you gotta be the queen, honey. You gotta like set her up for success. I'm doing everything I can in my power now, so she gonna be straight.
Right.
And I need to have that level of guidance and be able to share it with her. So I need to be on point 100 times more than she's on point. I have to be able to take care of her. And you gotta like have that same mentality, even though your daughter is a pro athlete. Basically, she's pro athlete and she's getting all these accolades and things is happening and all that. This is not your chance to turn up. This is your chance to focus. And be her guiding light. Don't let her get sidetracked. What people are around her? A whole bunch of young hoes from school.
Yeah.
Yes.
More than likely.
Her. Don't like for real. Don't let her be like out here like a fake rapper or whatever. Like for real. Like let's get it together. Let's just get it together. And I'm hoping that she does. You know, we're just seeing another side on the internet because the internet do be lying. I'm hoping that we're not seeing all of the other work that's going in on the back end. This is what I'm hoping for. That I'm hoping that she is on that queen type table and she's like guiding her princesses along so she can be a queen too. So, you know, I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see.
Yeah. And see, that's the main reason right there why I asked her the mother question, because, you know, she's there being a mother. She's multitasking. She's doing her sports podcast and mommying right now. So I think it was only right for her to answer that question. What would she do? Not necessarily in her shoes, but, you know, just give a little bit of word of advice. But yeah, I had some things I had to say, but it wasn't that nice. And I think, you know, Rita put it quite eloquently.
Go ahead, Wayne.
You know, what you no, man, no, you know, because I'm gonna use a lot of B's and dummies and shit like that. And I don't want to, you know, I think y'all did quite well, and I don't want to, you know, I said what I said before we started, and y'all was very, very much smarter than, you know, what I said, so I don't want to embarrass myself.
Okay.
So you know, we can go ahead and go to the next topic. I just hope that she gets it straightened out. I don't like the moms fighting online. I do think that's like that happens when kids have kids. And I saw a picture of Angel Reese and her mom, and I don't care how old you dress or how old you think you are, you just, you know, sometimes you act like a child, and people look at it as you were a child when you had a child, so you never had you never matured, you know. So this is kind of like you said, it's kind of like an Amy Winehouse situation, Rita. I think it's more of like a Mean Girl situation where, you know, I'm not like a regular mom, I'm the cool mom, you know what I mean? And she's doing the dances with the other girls and shit like that because she never had a childhood or, you know, whatever.
And that's cool.
So,
that's cool if that's your way to bond with your daughter. But at the same time, let's not forget, you still gotta be on that mother type time.
You ain't no friend.
On that mother type time and get and be her guiding light. You know, don't let her get slipped in it. Or are you getting hemmed up into it too? Are you into the fame? Are you getting scooped in to the celebrity? This shit's not cool, man. It can gobble you up and spit you out. One injury and she's out of here. You think like, what are you gonna do then? Where's your business sense? Where's your business sense? How can you flip these deals? How can you flip anything if you on some old party and shit? Like, let's get it together. Come on now. We got time for shit.
And I'm not trying to, like, you know, be like some old, you know, ad or whatever, but like, why are you in college and you got a boyfriend like that? Like, you, that shit, I'm not saying you can't fall in love, but I'm like, you should say that shit for after you in the NBA
afterwards,
and you
right,
don't,
like,
you know what I mean? Like, cause you're gonna meet a million niggas, you're gonna meet billionaires.
You can't play.
So I think, James, that you are on some dad shit when you say that right there. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong, because I don't really see a dad or a father figure in this picture.
Like, who the
I may
fuck
be
is
wrong.
this goofy? Like,
right?
Get this
Like what the
nigga out of here?
Like, no, you playing
Ball
basketball
playing
on this
nigga outta here.
high ass level. Yeah. Word. What the fuck?
Out of here.
Yo, women always find a man and end up just like ruining their career. And it always like and just like y'all just said, what's gonna happen if she breaks her arm? What's gonna happen if she breaks her collarbone or some shit like that?
He gonna
She's
be there
gonna have to rely
Amazon.
Exactly.
He gonna be Amazon.
Exactly. And then before you know, he gonna be in the streets because that's the only money they go get. Then you gonna have that type of situation going on. You know what I mean?
And then out of nowhere, live PD. Right on live PD.
Right. So we need to. I do agree with you on that, James. We need to. Don't all this relationship shit. Like, let's cut that short. Let's cut that short. Like you have too much business going on right now for you to be out here trying to, husband. I
Love
guess
a nigga.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Trying to wife a nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No. We got time for that later.
Too. He could be on some gold digger shit too.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I would.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, try to get her pregnant? Are you serious? It ain't right. But I mean,
pregnant.
Come on, dog.
Getting all that free Reebok. Fuck you talking about?
Come on, man.
Wearing all them Reebok classes. Fuck you talking about?
For life, my nigga. I don't wear a lot of Reebok, but for free, I'll wear everything. Shit.
Yup. Got me fucked up.
All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next one. And we're gonna talk about this fight. James, you're gonna have to forgive me, man, because we got a lot of Benavidez's going on. It's Benavidez, Andrade, and Benavidez and Charlo. Do you want to talk about both of them or just one of them?
My computer acting a little funny. Sorry, y'all. Let me go ahead and check and see. Can we talk about Greg first? Let's talk about Popovich.
Oh, you want to talk about Pop?
Let's talk about Pop.
That's a quick hit. We can talk about that. So Greg Popovich, he got a little upset at the San Antonio crowd this past week because the San Antonio crowd was booing Kawhi Leonard when he was at the free throws. And whatever happened, it pissed Pop off, and Pop got on the mic and was like, "Get off my lawn. How dare you say this?" And he was just like, "Hey, don't boo. We don't boo here. We're San Antonio. We don't do that here. Don't boo," and blah, 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 this. And he puts the mic down and we're like, what? It was just a little weird. Like at first you want to respect it because you love Pop. But then it's like, yo, you can't boo the opposing team. And then he didn't say don't boo the team. He said, this isn't us, leave, Kawhi alone. So I think it was a Kawhi isolated incident. Which makes me believe two things: that number one, Kawhi is a bitch, and he needed his father to speak for him, and for two, Pop may be going through some things, man. Maybe he has Alzheimer's. Maybe he has.
Oh my God!
I don't know. Maybe he's flipping out. Like maybe I don't know. Were you gonna play a video, James, or you just got the?
I ain't playing no video of this because you say you got Alzheimer's.
So maybe I don't know, man. Maybe he's. I say get off my lawn. He is looking a lot like Clint Eastwood's been looking lately, and maybe he's. I
don't know if you saw Clint Rita. Clint. Clint look. He be ready.
Yeah, he got about 2 years left. He was filming a movie in Savannah right now. Like
he needs to stop making movies.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He's like 300 years old. My God. Oh my God.
Yeah. And he's looking like it now. He's definitely looking like it now. But Pop is looking like it too, right? So Pop is looking like he's like 80 years old, right? Maybe 90. So, but yeah, maybe Pop is going through it. Kawhi, he's always going through it. He ain't gonna never not go through it.
Right.
But yeah, for him to act like a father figure and stand up and like, hey, crowd that respects and loves me, stop booing this man because he's gonna go cry and call his uncle, and his uncle's gonna get mad at the NBA and shit like that, right? But but Rita, I'm gonna pass it on to you. Tell me what you feel about Pop and the San Antonio crowd. Do you think he was justified for telling the crowd to cool down? Do you think he was just using his old man power to kind of Jedi mind trick everybody? Be like, oh, we respect him so much, we're gonna shut up and sit down and watch this game respectfully. Or do you think everybody should just shut up and be allowed to boo whoever they want to boo? They're not throwing things on the floor; they're just booing. So, Rita, how do you feel about it?
This is so funny. I don't even understand why he said so. Is it because Kawhi used to play for them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That explains it. All right, now.
God.
And he knows all the mental issues that Kawhi has. I.e., crying in the bathroom. Hiding in a closet, crying, and
okay.
what a word.
This is the thing, though. That was a waste of time because they booed even more.
Yeah, right.
No, boo you too, bitch.
Like, so how can you tell a fan not to be a fan? So are you going to go to every game after this and say when your opposing team is on the free throw line and you're going ahead and doing the boomsticks, are you going to tell them, hey, put your fucking boomsticks down, motherfucker, and let him shoot? Are you going to do that? Are you going to travel to fucking London, England, where they be having at any like football game or basketball or any type of match whatsoever, and these niggas is singing and got their big ass fucking bass drum? Are you going to tell them to shut the fuck up?
Right.
No, you're not. A fan is going to be a fan. Is going to be a fan. They're going to do whatever they can to get that, like, to distract you. And a player needs to be progressive enough to ignore all that shit.
Right.
Plain and simple. So he was wrong for doing that. I don't understand why he did that. I still don't. Like, Kawhi is a grown man. He's fine. If he lets a boo go ahead and interfere with you shooting or with you playing, this is something deeper with that. And Pop, you just need to chill. I don't know why you wasted your time doing that. Why'd you wasted those little 10 seconds of your breath that you need to survive to go ahead and say that to the crowd? That's not going to make a difference. You didn't make any type of difference whatsoever. Are you going to go to Seattle Seahawks Stadium, the loudest stadium on the planet, and tell them to shut the fuck up when they're on? Like, how dare you? How dare you? Like, relax. Kawhi's fine. He's fine. Tell him to loosen up them braids and get on the damn.
Still got braids.
Got braids. Those braids and concentrate and ignore the rigmarole that's outside of that. You professional. Act like it.
Just him and Pusha T still rocking them braids. Fearless, I'm gonna go to you next, bro. How do you feel about it? Do you feel differently than us? Do you think that we should respect old Popovich Eastwood, or do you think, like, how do you feel, bro?
The San Antonio Spurs have generational talent in Wembanyama, right? And he's kind of proved that he is like going to be that dude. But they've lost 9 games straight. You worrying about booing the motherfucker, and y'all lost 9 games straight?
Exactly.
You slipping. Now you slipping. It's time for.
You say slipping or dripping? You said you did this when you said slipping, so I thought dripping like his hair is dripping.
His mind is starting to.
Okay.
What the fuck are you focusing on? You should be focusing on winning, because when they got Tim Duncan after Robinson, when they had Robinson and Tim Duncan together, when they drafted Tim Duncan, they had a bad year, right? Because Robinson got hurt, and then they drafted Tim Duncan number 1. They were winning at that time. This team does not have a lot of good players, right? They have some guys that are young, but they don't have vet. They don't have another superstar. They don't have another all-star really on this team. You worrying about booing Kawhi Leonard, a player that does not play there anymore, a player that we all believe faked a chronic injury to get out of there, a player that forced his way out of San Antonio, and as soon as he left, he went to the Raptors and won a fucking championship. And you worrying about booing him? That motherfucker left you. He got tired of you in the organization, and you gonna worry about booing him when you got Wemby over here that can't win with these bunch of groups of me's out there, nigga? You got a whole bunch of little Jimmy B. Fearless trying to shoot the fucking ball.
Don't do that to yourself.
You worrying about this motherfucker, man? Fuck that. You boo him, throw shit at him. The opposing locker room should be on fire when they get there. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no snacks, ain't no towels, bitch. The water's cold. You know what I mean? You got fucking walk. You got to park 15 miles away to come walk into the goddamn stadium. Like that, I'm trying to do anything I can to win a game. They can't win games. Ain't worried about booing this motherfucker? You tripping. Shut up. You disrespected the fans. You disrespected the fucking fans. Them fans are trying to get you. I'm surprised they even showing up to this bitch ass shit. 9 losses and they showing up.
Right.
The fact that they engage, you should be fucking worshiping them. You tell them we better than that. Bitch, ain't nobody better than nothing.
Yeah.
The fuck you talking about? Get his ass up out of here. I'm sorry. Greg Popovich is the perfect coach to have for Wembanyama 15 years ago. They don't shoot threes. They can't fucking defend. They got a group full of young bums. You gonna waste your. I know they're gonna build this team up. I know it because they have to. But the last thing I'm gonna say is this secretly a ploy to get Kawhi Leonard back?
To get him back. Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Blow
Like emotionally,
pause,
you gotta
blow him and see what happens.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, he did kiss my ass.
I thought the same thing.
Hey, motherfuckers' egos are so fragile and can be boosted by so much. Reader, you don't understand. You're not a man.
Yep.
A motherfucker tell us it don't matter if this is the ugly. It don't matter if it's a homeless woman. If they say, "Oh, you look nice today, nigga," we gonna have a smile on our face all day. No matter what the fuck.
Are you serious?
We're gonna be Big Dick Johnson all day. I swear to God.
Let me tell you this real quick. Off subject, just a little bit. So I sometimes I go and drop off our deposits at work. I work at the hotel sometimes.
Yeah.
I go and drop off the deposit, for our day. And there's this little Hispanic lady, the Hispanic chick who works there, looked at me like 28, 29, something like that. And she always give me a smile when I go in there. And she always speak. I know they're supposed to speak. They're supposed to show, hospitality and shit like that. But I don't know, man. Sometimes, she speaks to me. I think like she be giving me some extra play. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just an extra smile or extra look. Maybe she does that to everybody else. I don't know. But the fact that she does it to me makes me think that I'm the only person that she does it to. And I am not going to hear anything any differently.
That's good customer service, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey. You don't know that. She could be giving me some extra play, bro. So let me get my extra play.
Hi to every motherfucker that walks in there, even the roaches.
I get. Hey, but she smiles at me.
Boom.
Okay.
See.
Is she saying, hi, hello, Wayne, how big is your
Papi Chulo?
Like, is she saying all
No. She don't know my name. She doesn't know my name. So she's like, hey, how you doing? And then she has like her own office. She has her own office. Like, so when I go past, like she always like, well, she does. She was already out of the office. She's usually already out of the office, and then she'll go in, and then I'll go cross past the office, and she'll, like she'll give me an extra, wave and shit like that. So You see what I'm saying? Just a little extra, and she could be doing that for everybody on the street, nigga. But just the fact that he's standing in his back of his mind, he's like, "Oh, this bitch want me," and that's boosting my ego. I knew I should have brushed my teeth today, like I thought. That's the reason why you put the extra pep in your step. So that's what this really is on the low.
So it's safe to say that could be a ploy. I agree.
Yeah. So, and you know what? To be quite honest with you, that's exactly what the fuck the Spurs need. Is an old wily vet that can shoot the mid range, that knows how to win, that's won a championship, that's played professional football, been an all-star, and can teach Wemby. They actually need Kawhi Leonard. So this was a good idea from him. You got to play chess, not checkers, man.
Yeah.
And big homie Wayne, you might
no. I mean, you do that.
See what's up with Mamacita.
Yeah, no doubt. I will next time. I don't know. I figure it out. I figure it out.
You just said yes, no, I don't know. Go ahead and be like, hey, what's up, man? You feeling the young kid or what? YFM Sports. What you like to describe?
But yeah, man, I feel what you're saying, and I had that same thought that they're trying to get Kawhi back into the fold. But he's still a little buster, and he's still a crybaby. So we'll see what happens going down the road. But Pop was wrong. He's getting old and he's getting senile, and they may need to start looking for they need to start looking for some other coaches, dog. But okay, let's move on to the next one, dog. Are we gonna? You want to talk about the fight?
Yeah, and I can pronounce it since you're struggling.
I said Benavidez and Andrade, or Benavidez and Charlo. I said it right.
Yeah, you said it right. So Benavidez versus Charlo. Let's talk about that first. So this is tonight, right? This tonight. Y'all know I love boxing. Rita love boxing. Big homie Wayne, he be watching it when it's something big on, because we're gonna talk about Survivor Series coming up next. So that's his shit. But boxing is my favorite, the first sport I really fell in love with. Anyway, Charlo missed weight. Y'all know Charlo ain't fought in 2 years. He had mental health crisis he was going through. He said that he was tired of boxing. He was going through some shit, some personal shit.
He lost his smile.
He lost his smile. And I saw him at the first, virtual, they had the first Zoom weigh-in. This is the undercard bond, y'all, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And he was like, you can tell on his face, he looked like he ain't drink no water. You know how that look, that look, you look dead, like you just like
When you're supposed to not drink water
Like-
to make weight, right? Something like that.
No, but I'm saying like emotionally, he just didn't look like he had the lift in his skin. You feel me? Like he looked like me after I threw up at the 5K. Like he looked like he was dead.
Hey, yo, time out. I totally forgot about that. Give it up for your boy Jimmy Fearless. He competed in his first 5K. He did that shit in 39 minutes, man.
Yeah,
Yo, give it up for your boy Jimmy Fearless, man. Yo, he practiced. Yo, man. He worked out. He worked his ass out, man. He's been in the gym. He's been running. He's been doing it for the past few months. He said, "I'm gonna do this 5K." I was like, "Nigga, let me know when you gonna do the 1K. Then we can, we can work out together on that shit." But he did the 5K. He finished that joint on Thanksgiving, man. Give a shout out to him if you're watching this. Follow him find him on IG, or you can leave a comment down here below telling him congratulations, man. That's some major shit. James, I apologize, man. Finish where you at,
man. Thank you. And shout out to Courtney, because when I threw up right at the finish line, I was looking at the finish line, I threw up. She sat right there with me, was like, "Babe, you okay? What you want me to do? Just keep going. Look, the finish line right there. You can do this." She was being encouraging. She had to do that. I was like, "Go ahead, keep going." She was like, "No, nigga." Like,
oh wait, Court did it too. Court ran with you.
Yeah, Court did it too, and
I was know that shit. Shout out to Court too. My bad, Courtney. I had no idea, man.
Yeah, she did it too. Courtney trained 2 days, and, and I was looking at her ass the whole time, literally. She was gone, nigga. She was just natural athlete. Me, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talk about sports, not play sports, motherfucker. But anyway, shout out to Courtney, and thank you, big homie, for that. Yeah, man. Next up is 10K. So we're doing that next, training for that. And then after that, we'll be doing half marathon and then marathon. So we'll see. 2-3 years from now, I'll holler at y'all on those things. Don't take that long to train, my G. Anyway, so like I was saying, you could tell that Jamel Charlo, he looked out of it, and he missed weight. Okay. He missed weight by 3 pounds. That's a lot in the world of basketball or the world of boxing. 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds is a lot. So I believe that Benavidez, the younger or older brother of the Mexican Monster, David, is going to beat Jamel Charlo tonight. If you got money, just put that money on it. He missed weight. He's been off for 2 years. He has mental health issues that he's going through. He doesn't look happy. He looks like he has a dead smile. You cannot come off. And that's the reason why also, big homie Wayne, they're not fighting for the belt, because he's the champion. And then he said, "I don't want to fight for the belt," because he could definitely lose this fight. So if I'm going with anybody, I'm going with Benavidez. Now, when it comes to David, the main card, the main event, David Benavidez, the Mexican Monster, versus Boo Boo is who he's fighting. Boo Boo Andrade or Andre. I think it's Andrade. Yeah. This is going to be a really, really, really tough fight for David Benavidez. Because he's fighting one of the most awkward boxers in history that actually has power as well. So I don't know if y'all remember, like, the Drunken Master. Yeah. He fought Floyd Mayweather one time. His Emmanuel Stewart, I think it was his name. And he had a really weird style. He would go in and out and like dance while he's boxing you. That's how Boo Boo is. Boo Boo fight like that. And Boo Boo has never lost a fight. He has a great knockout record. But he'll knock you down in the first 2 rounds, and then he'll just guide and glide the rest of the fight. So he can't finish fights. So I think David's going to win by knockout, or let me rephrase that. David's going to win by decision. David Benavidez, the Mexican Monster, going to win by decision. But it's going to be like 6 rounds. It's going to be even. And then that's when David's going to continue to like push forward and win those later rounds, because this is a tough fight. This is not an easy fight. I cannot wait to watch it. It's going to be some shit. It's going to be some fireworks. And after this fight, Charlo it's going to mess him up. I think Jamel Charlo is really going to get fucked up during this fight. Both Charlo brothers are going to lose this year, because the other one lost to Canelo. So, Rita, what you think, man? What you think about this fight?
I gotta see a picture of how he looked to determine.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I watched the press conference. He just looks like man, shut your punk ass up. Like, he just don't look like he's normal. Like, he I don't know, man. Jamel, he always just hype and loose and happy and like I'm gonna beat your ass. But now he just look weird and it's sad. It's sad to see him look like that.
Did he go through a divorce or something like that?
Nah, he just had mental health issues, man. He's been having mental health problems for the past 2 years. Just had to get his shit together. And I'm not saying that he ain't gonna come out here and rock this motherfucker because he might.
Yeah, it might go the other way around.
Yeah, he might just be like, bomb and fuck him up and be like, oh shit, I'm wrong.
Yeah, he might be in that space where he's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill somebody tonight.
Yeah, he might.
Right, yeah.
Good point. Rita got a good point. I'm not gonna say Rita.
Yeah, that's what I said. I gotta look at it. I gotta look at the picture and see, does he look like he getting ready to kill somebody, or he look like he getting ready to get knocked the fuck out?
He ain't ready to get knocked the fuck out, in my opinion. But he also could look like he ready to shoot up everybody at the post office. It could be either one of them.
You gotta watch out for people.
Those are both the same look he has on his face. Dead. He looked dead inside. So yeah. But the Mexican Monster, I definitely think he's gonna win. It's gonna be a good fight. I suggest everybody watch it. And definitely bet on it if you got some coins and you can bet in your local state or whatever state you in. It's gonna be dope. Wayne, you got some money, bro. I'll send you $100. Put it on the older Benavidez. I can't remember his name. I think it's Jose or some shit. Put it on.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm not AA. It's my feeling. This is what I feel. 2 years off, bro. You cannot fight for 2 years and then
the Creed 3 Benavidez.
Yes. That
I still haven't seen Creed 3 yet.
Oh, he's in there.
Yeah, he is.
I gotta see that shit. Okay, I gotta watch it.
He's in there.
Damn.
Yeah. He was supposed to be better than his brother, but he got shot in the leg. He almost died. And after that, his legs were all fucked up for years. But now he's getting back to it. He won his last fight in good fashion. And I think he fought last time was like 3 or 4 months ago. So he's fresher than you not fighting for 2 years. You got so much ring rust, bro. I don't even know how to explain that. And you had mental health issues. It wasn't no injury. Well, he had an injury too, and then it was mental health, and then it was like with his baby mama. Like it was a whole bunch of shit.
Now, is it mental health or is it mental health?
I think it's mental.
Like, are we talking about like Ben Simmons' mental health?
Yeah. No. I think it was like real mental health, and then it turned into Ben Simmons' mental health because he just stopped fighting. Okay. And he's been the champion this whole time. He's been holding the belts, and then. You don't fight for the championship. You don't fight at 160. You fight at a catch weight, so you can avoid fighting for your belts or fighting to defend your belts. That's how you know something's going on, bro. You don't know. Yeah, it's some sneaky ass shit. It's some sneaky shit, man. Nah, Rita, I don't know what you fighting over there, but you losing.
Yo, you fucked up, man. That's fucked up, James, bro. You had to call her out like that, man. You had to do that
on live stream.
Live, nigga. You had to do that,
we
bro.
Can't see the fly.
God damn, man.
My bad,
good and damn well, bro.
I'm trying to get this fly. I don't know if y'all can see this motherfucker.
Yo, the Winnebago
man. You done made her mad, man. Be like, hey, man, don't be calling my mama out like that. What's wrong with you, man?
I had to, man.
That's messed up, dog.
Fucking
fucked up.
Like,
where the Winnebago man at, yo? Where is the Winnebago man? Oh God,
fly is in here, and I'm trying to get his. He trying to make a debut.
He already made the fucking live stream. He didn't give him a cut. All right, damn.
Yo.
So the fight is on tonight at Showtime pay-per-view. So it is pay-per-view, but y'all already know how I'm watching it. You heard me. So
where do you never mind, I got it. Never mind. Because I'm gonna probably watch it afterwards anyway. I got it.
I got you. So all right, big homie. You want to talk about the real fight that's happening tonight?
The real thing that you should be watching tonight. Yes, the Survivor Series, man, is going down tonight. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. There you see it right there. You have the men's team right there of Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Seth freaking Rollins, and Sami Zayn. And I think Randy Orton is supposed to be coming back and to be the 5th member on that squad. And they're going to be taking on Judgment Day right there. You got Finn, you got Dirty Dom, you got Damian Priest, and you got JD McDonough. And I forget who their 5th person is, man. I totally, Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre turned heel a couple of weeks ago. So that's going to be a great, man. Mommy talked a little bug in his ear. And, Jey Uso went to Raw. So when Jey Uso, he quit SmackDown. When he quit SmackDown, Cody Rhodes pulled some strings and got him onto Raw. But everybody is kind of going against Jey Uso because he's a main event Jey Uso. He's a babyface now. The crowd loves him. You know, he's always hyping the crowd up when he comes out in his when he does his entrance. But all the other wrestlers hate him still because you're like, when he was rocking with Roman, you know, when y'all was cool and shit, you was doing all his dirty work. You know, you was stabbing everybody in the back and, you know, helping Roman win. So now you want to be a good guy because you and Roman aren't cool anymore. And they're like, hey, yo, we can't forget about this. You know, Kevin Owens had a problem with it. Drew McIntyre had a problem with it. But he's like, yo, it's 2 different times you stopped me from winning the championship. So, yeah, he hit Jey Uso with a, oh, God, what do you call it? Shit, I forget. But he kicked Jey Uso's ass. He joined their team, their squad. So it's going to be great. Another rumor is that CM Punk was signed to WWE. I pray and hope to God that that's not true because he could be the 5th member on the men's squad. I don't want CM Punk to have anything to do with WWE. WWE is doing the Lord's work right now. They're doing great. He almost imploded AEW. He needs to stay the hell away forever. I want nothing to do with him anymore. And that's coming from a CM Punk fan or used to be CM Punk fan. Also, you got the Women's Survivor Series War Games match. And for y'all who don't know the War Games, everything is in a big cage. There's 2 rings, and the cage comes down on both of the rings. They have pods outside of the cage. So it's going to start off with 1 person on each team. 5 minutes will pass, and then somebody from each team will come after 5 minutes apiece until everybody's in the ring. When it's 5 people, when all 10 people are in the ring, that's when the War Game starts. And you can only win by pin or submission. If you try to climb out over the cage, you're automatically losing for the team. But you have the women's Survivor Series match as well. And that's going to be loaded too. That's going to be stacked. You have the heel side. You have Bailey and Damage Control. Asuka's on there with them. Kairi Sane has just come back. But then, like on the female side, the babyface side, you got Bianca Belair. You have Charlotte Flair, the best wrestler in WWE, if you ask me. You have Becky Lynch. You have Shotzi. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a great match all around. You have some other matches. I think The Miz is going to fight Gunther. That's going to be a pretty cool match, I believe. That's good because Gunther ain't playing, bro. Gunther, he's the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. He's had that shit for longer than a year. And he ain't no joke, man. He ain't no hoe. He's fighting? Miz. So the thing about Miz is, say what?
He might lose to The Miz just because, you know, it's time to switch it up. Just because people love Gunther, though. I love Gunther.
Yeah. No, he's not going to lose.
Like, who the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah. sorry. I'm sorry, man.
Who the fuck is Gunther? Yo, if you saw Gunther, all he does is slap you real hard in the chest. Like,
it's not all he does, but he's a pro at that shit. He's absolutely a pro at that shit. And so also you got mommy Rhea Ripley. She has a championship match as well. She's gonna go. Oh God, what's the lady's name, man? I feel like such an old man because I can't remember everybody's name. Because she just recently came. God, what is that woman's name? Let me find it. I'm sorry.
Mommy's like a bad person, Rita.
Yeah, so she's the woman that's
she's a bad lady. She bad.
Yeah.
Evil. She's a heel is what they call them. Heels and baby faces. Yeah. So that's also going to be a really good match. Survivor Series is going to be good this year.
I agree. I think Survivor Series is going to be it's going to be wonderful. If you have time to watch it, Fearless, I implore you to get into it. Yes, Zoe Stark, forgive me, I apologize. So Zoe Stark is going to be Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark, and Zoe Stark is a hard hitter too. So I expect a lot out of that match. Dragon Lee and Santos Escobar. I just posted that Santos Escobar turned his back on the LWO and Rey Mysterio. So Dragon Lee is going to fight for him in Rey Mysterio's honor. It's going to be a great pay-per-view, man. It's going to be good. The storylines have been wonderful. But yeah, man, that's going to be tight. I'm more excited about that than the boxing match. But you know, that's my shit. So
yeah, I understand that, man. And as long as y'all consuming some good sports, we got a whole bunch of shit going on. College football is almost over, so we're about to get into bowl season.
We got 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks is about to be bowl season. That's where it's going to be fun, and then the playoffs start. You know, I'm pretty sure Wisconsin versus Michigan that'll be so tight if that's the championship. because I love the lucky lefty. But you don't know yet. You know, Jim Harbaugh, his ass is still out for stealing signs or whatever the fuck he was doing. Stealing
don't even get me started on that.
He ain't do shit, but whatever. They just always looking for a way. So come on to the NFL, Jim. But yeah,
wait a minute. Before we leave out, let me ask y'all a question real quick. What would you let your child sign to Colorado with Deion Sanders?
Hell, go ahead, Rudy. You go first because you got a child. I don't.
No. For what?
No.
To football.
To play football. Like your son about to graduate high school, and he's being picked up. And so I say this because there's on It Is What It Is with Mason Cameron. There was a kid on there with his mother. His name was Cameron as well, named after Cameron. I forget the kid's last name, but he was number 79th in ranked number 79th in high school football.
That's
and he's
like
got
super high. It
is really high out of 100. That's really good. But he came out and said that he's going to go to Colorado, but he was picked up by like Ohio State. I think Georgia and Georgia Tech put some a word out for him, but he chose Colorado. And Cam was like, yeah, that's right, that's good, because everybody loves Coach Deion, Coach Prime. And that made me think, like, would you allow your child to sign with Coach Prime or to Colorado, or would you let them go to a more reputable school like the Georgia Techs or the Georgias that's doing well, the Ohio States, or would you be cool with him signing with Coach Prime?
I would want him to go to like a high ranking school. That way, like, he could get picked up. But then again, the other variable with that is that who's gonna be the full ride? So I got to pay for shit.
Well, they're all gonna offer him.
Yeah,
he's getting
full ride.
Yeah. If you're top,
the higher ranking school, I wouldn't want him. Why is he going to Colorado just because of Deion Sanders? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what the hype is.
I don't know. Me personally, I feel like the college visits and all that stuff. You got to make your choice, and the parents hopefully help with that. I would say, as a parent, I would want my son to go with Coach Prime, and the reason why is because I think that Coach Prime is really dedicated to the players. And you could tell that because he didn't let Travis Hunter play, even though Travis Hunter was trying to get back on the field. And he told Travis Hunter, like, no, you're going to stay out there a lot of time because I love you. I don't just love your ability. Like, that is very rare. Most colleges don't give a fuck about you. You just a number, nigga. And you're only going to be here for a certain amount of years, and you getting the fuck up out of here, and we're going to recycle your black ass. Like, that's usually how it is. But it seems like Coach Prime really loves the players, and he cares about these kids. And he did this shit for free back in the day when he had his free clinic. I think it was called the Prime Clinic or some shit like that. And then, he went to a historical black college and did that shit, getting paid nothing. You know what I'm saying? So now he's doing it. Colorado is an elite program. Yes, they had a bad year this year. Yes, they didn't win a whole bunch of games. They don't have a fucking team. They have a quarterback and a corner and a full safety. The rest of that team is poop. It's poop. They don't got no receivers. They don't got no running backs. They have no offensive line. They have no defensive tackles. They have a terrible defense. So I would have my son consider going there. But I tell my son straight up and down, like, hey, yo, if you cannot play to his standards, you need to leave, because he ain't gonna play you and he gonna ride your ass bad. Pause.
So you would let him go in there and try it out. And
I mean,
if you have to.
Yeah, students can leave now after you can the transfer portal. You can leave after a year. So if the shit don't work out, it's fine. And I think a lot of people would understand that. Other coaches will understand that. Certainly if you're like a 100 top ESPN, draft, like, or high school player, I think they will understand that, because Coach Prime is a fucking lot. He's a lot.
Right.
I don't think they would understand that, because
they do it with other programs. So why wouldn't they understand with him? Joe Burrow,
because he's black. Because he's black. Deion Sanders is black. Deion. And because you started out, we gave you this full ride. Say Georgia, we gave you this full ride. You pieced us out and went with this side over here. You went with Deion, the new guy, the guy who everybody said college football is so great now because of him. I'm sure some white coaches are pissed off about that. But you went with him first. It didn't work out, and now you want to come groveling to us. I don't think they're going to allow that. I think somebody will, but I don't think the team that went out there the first go round. I don't think a lot of Georgia or Georgia Tech or Ohio would be okay with that.
I don't agree with that. That shit ain't that personal, bro. It's more along the lines of productivity. If you can produce, they don't give a fuck what color, who the fuck you did it to, because these programs, bro, they have 150 players. It's not like, I mean, like if you can get on the field and you can play, just because it didn't work out for him doesn't mean it, because that's what Joe Burrow did. Joe Burrow pieced out Ohio State because he couldn't beat out JT Barrett and them. He couldn't beat them out. So Joe went to LSU after he had declined LSU his first time and then became a star. It's not personal. It's just like one situation works, the other one don't. And then you can.
But there's still one major.
I mean, black people have done this though, bro. I don't have a million examples of doing this because there's not a lot of number one picks that are African-American quarterbacks or players. You know what I'm saying? But this has happened throughout the history of the transfer portal. So I think that, he is a great option as a coach because he cares about his players. But you got to weigh the options. And hopefully you're not making that choice because he's popular on Instagram and he's a legend.
But they are. His mom was there. His mom probably had to say so in it too. But come on. Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of them will, but like, they're probably going to have the Heisman Trophy winner next year. Shakur Sanders is probably going to win the Heisman next year.
Yeah.
So why the fuck wouldn't you want to go experience that? It's going to be some shit. And superstars are there. I mean, it's like Reggie Bush going to LSU. Or not LSU, USC.
USC. Yeah.
With Matt Leinart and them. Like, he had to go to that bitch. But when he went there, that shit became a powerhouse. And you was popular. And you got drafted. Because, so... That's my opinion. It's multiple options, but there's also some things like he's a hard coach. Even though he loves you, he's gonna be so hard on you, bro, and he'll talk about you publicly. Like, yo, this motherfucker made a whole bunch of mistakes today. Like, a lot of players ain't ready for that.
That's what I don't like. That
a lot of niggas ain't ready for that. But he will talk about his own son like he playing like.
I don't care. That is not an excuse enough for you to do that shit to me.
I understand that. I'm not saying that you're wrong, bro. You gotta have. There's a certain type of person that can handle it. You gotta have a heart. A certain type of heart. Yeah. Some motherfuckers, Tom Brady could take it. Other motherfuckers can't, like Mac Jones and Zach Wilson.
Yo, man, leave Zach alone. Leave Zach alone. Yo, he can take the criticism just fine, man.
Jock.
No, you need to get off Kawhi's jock, man. Let's go, man.
I don't like that nigga. Fuck that nigga.
Thank you guys.
Team LeBron over this. Go ahead, man.
Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of What the F Happened This Week. We are YFM Sports, the YFM affiliate. Thank you guys for spending a little part of your Saturday with us. I have been, my name is Wayne. Like I said, across from me, that is Jimmy V. Fearless, and that is Rita. You can find us online everywhere. We're on Twix, we're on Instagram, and it is YFM Sports. Please buy some merch. If you see, that's all on personal merch, never mind. If you see, we have lots of merch on Etsy. That's YFM Sports merch on Etsy.com. Please go over there, get you a nice little shirt. We have blue chip shirts. We have that shirt that Jimmy V. Phillips has been hanging up in the back there, that Die Hard Christmas shirt. You can get that in a nice, beautiful sweater. We have, what else we have? We have still the Shooter McGavin shirt. That's our best seller right there. Please pick you up for one of them. We have some old Halloween shirts as well. We got the Ghostface shirt. We have the Jason Voorhees shirt. We have the Candyman shirt. We have so much. Oh, my God, I almost forgot. The Al Bundy Poke High shirt.
Hi, I'm Al Bundy.
One of those, man. That's been a good seller too. We have a lot of choices for you guys to choose from, and we also have a lot of videos for you guys to choose from as well. Please go on our website on YouTube. That is YFM Sports. We're always dropping something daily, every week, every month, all the time. You please watch us. We have opinions on everything, just like we had opinions here. We got opinions on everything else. So please watch us, subscribe, love, like, send to your mama, send to your daddy. We love to hear the comments from you guys. We love and appreciate you guys so much. We've been YFM Sports. What the F happened this week, man? We'll see you guys next Saturday, hopefully. You guys have a great weekend. I hope you had a great turkey day. And, man, just peace out, man. Y'all be safe out there. Thank you.
Peace.